Welcome, everybody. I'm Dave Stelma, and it's Tuesday night at 6:30, and you're with Dave Stelma on Facebook Live. And next week, I think we will also be on Periscope. So be aware of that, and you can tune in there. Also, I should have that up and running by then. So tonight, we're going to talk about the 3 success habits millionaires use to start each day. And we're going to hit each one down the line and get to some of the questions that I've had in the old email basket throughout the week. And thank you for sending those emails in. I'm Dave Stelma. It's Tuesday at 6:30. And I teach, I mentor, I coach, and inspire entrepreneurs to break through success. So what habits do you have? What do you do the first thing when you wake up in the morning? What do you get up? Do you stretch? Do you work out? What do you do? What's your thing? Well, in the millionaire mindset, the book itself goes into detail of what does the millionaire next door really do. You could have and I will guarantee that some of you live next door to millionaires. And I didn't want to go into billionaires and all of that aspect because that seems too far out there. At least it does for my mindset. So I wanted to see what are the habits of successful business owners and millionaires that are out there. There's that misnomer that they're born into that money. They have that money, so they started out and then I can't be that way. Most of the millionaires that are out there today are ones that have built themselves. Whether they did it through a place that they work at, but most of them, the majority of them, over 60% of them are self-made millionaires. They started their own business, they grew that business, and they have habits that they do every day that have made them successful. So today on the show, I just want to talk about the 3. I want to break it down to just 3, and let's go into more detail on those 3. And I love this little cartoon here. That's it. I got to think backwards. 7 habits of highly successful people. I don't know if you can see that. Make money. Number 2, make some more money. Number 3, make lots more money. Number 4, make even more money. And then 5 is keep making money. Don't stop making money. And then repeat 1 through 7. If it was only that easy, right? Well, the number 1 habit. Need a drum roll. I should get a little sound effect here, a little drum roll. Okay, number 1 habit is the first thing that they do is they get up in the morning and they appreciate and are thankful for what they have. And going along with that, they meditate. Now, you're going to go, no, the first thing they do is they go to the bathroom, blah, 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 and that stuff. We're not going to count that. We're talking about what's the healthy habits that they have that really make a difference between an average day or an average life, the life of an average person, or a highly successful one. So first thing they do is they appreciate their day. They sit and they take a moment, sit back and appreciate everything that they've already have, what they've become, the people they have helped, their family, all the things down the line. How often do you stop and smell the roses, as they used to say? That's the first habit that they have. They appreciate everything and they acknowledge it. So they start out their day with that appreciation in there. What that does is it takes, and this is all scientific research, if you want to go into the details. If you want to get more of that, if you're that engineer type mind and you want those facts and figures in that, I'm going to highly suggest you go on to John Assaraf and you go on his website and you look at that, neurogym.com. and he'll go into the details. I'm not that scientific thing. I'm not going to go. I just know, I just want to do the habits that will make me successful, make you successful, help other people be successful. You take one habit at a time, you make it just innate, and then you move on to the next one. And that's where you're going to find more and more success in there. Hi, Janet. Hi, Diane. See, Diane's on here too. So the first one is acknowledge. Acknowledge the appreciation of what you have and where, and all the accomplishments that you've done. Smell those roses along the way. It'll make such a difference. Going along with that, and it can be at the same time, is going to be meditation. Give yourself, and I'm going to quote this right out of there. Give yourself at least 20 minutes a day. You can spare 20 minutes in the morning. 20 minutes a day to quietly sit and make conscious contact with your higher power, whether you call it God, whatever it is, your higher power. Make that conscious contact. And if you're not sure of what that is, it can be through a series of prayer. Prayer is just a form of meditation. Now we call it meditation. It's all marketing, right? I've said this numerous times and times again. I'll say it over and over again. It's all marketing. And so meditation is now the trendy thing to say. And it's really what it is. Hi, Amber. Thanks for coming on. So prayer is just a form of meditation. So take that 20 minutes and just reflect. I started out as creating your day. So if you take 20 minutes at the beginning of your day, and you just go deep into meditation, and then you start appreciating what you've accomplished. Could be the day before, could just be in a large chunk, could be something that's it. And then creating your day. Start envisioning accomplishing that list that you made. Okay. You want to go down through it. You want to take your time, and you want to go visually into creating that day and creating those accomplishments. And whether it's delegating out, whatever it is, that the steps and the list that you created the night before. Okay. That's the first thing you want to do. Second thing is work out. We're in the new year. I'm going to go, that's number 2 that successful millionaires do, or the millionaire mindset. You want to work out. You have to find something that works for you, and you want to utilize that. Now that's got to be the same thing. I would say 20-20-20. This is what we're going to do. 20-20-20. That's 1 hour. That's all you're going to do. So the first hour of your day, 20 minutes meditation, 20 minutes of workout, and then I'm going to give you the third one in a second here. But so in that second 20 minutes, now we're going to work out. We're going to do something rigorously for 20 minutes, that by the end of the 20 minutes, you got a nice sweat going, you got a nice glow going, your circulation, and all of a sudden your energy level just comes up. You're going to feel your energy level rise up, okay? And I don't know, this is the new year. Everyone's starting these, New Year resolutions. That's going to be a component of this, obviously. So your New Year's resolution then is going to be like, a lot of people want to lose weight. They want to look at pounds. They want to look at things. I will say this: the best way to gauge yourself as far as working out is how you feel. If for some reason you get winded going up those steps, now we're going to work out for a month. And by the end of that month, now walk up those steps. Do you still feel winded? Things like that. Utilize those. And obviously, before you start doing workout or anything, make sure you're cleared by a doctor that it's okay to do this. If you're having some kind of major issues in that, I am not a physical certified physically or whatever, whatever, as far as a mentor and that. So I leave that to the pros, but I'm going to tell you 20 minutes. Give yourself 20 minutes to work out. So first 20 minutes is going to be acknowledgement of your accomplishments, meditation. Then the second 20 minutes is going to be workout. Now, what do you choose for a workout? I personally like a little mix of cardio, and then we're going to do a little bit of strength training. We have a Total Gym here. I don't make any money for them or anything. It's an easy way to go boom, boom, boom. You can switch from one exercise to the next, boom, boom, and it works. And it's just resistance. You're not trying to bulk up. You're not trying to be a WWE wrestler or bodybuilder or Lou Ferrigno out there. And Lou, if you're listening, I love you. I think you're a great positive person. But you're going to go, oh, hi, Sharon. I see Sharon is on. And if you, so the second 20 minutes is going to be your workout. Now that's so simple. Right now, all we did is we burned through 40 minutes in the beginning of our day. We're on our way. We got 20 more minutes left, right? And we can do this. The first hour of your day should be this, okay? Reflect, meditate, and then you're going to work out, get the blood going, get the oxygen going. All of a sudden, you're going to accelerate into there. Now, the third 20 minutes is going to be how you plan your day, okay? So we're going to list, we're going to plan, and we're going to complete. That's what we're going to do. So our list is going to be 5 things we need to accomplish that day towards our goal of building our business. Now, if you want to just do this on a personal level, you're like, I don't want to start a business. Well, do it on a personal level. Just what do you want to accomplish in your life? So now we're going to do 5 things a day. You can't see the 5th. Here's the 5th. 5 things a day. So we're going to make our list of 5. And we're going to write them down. Goals are not anything unless you have a time frame with them. So we're going to list 5 things that we need to accomplish that day. And this is what successful people do. It's scientific. It's in the books. It's there. Okay? I'm not just making this up. So we're going to make that list of 5 things that we need to accomplish that day. Now, the plan comes next. Once you look at those 5 that you need to accomplish that day, now how are we going to attempt to complete each one of those? And what we're going to do is we're going to focus on. Millionaire mindset is that they focus on one task and they do it to 100%. I will just go out on a limb and say probably over 90%, and this is going to just be my own personal experience, over 90% of the people out there, oh, hi, Joel. 90% of the people out there are switching from their phone. They're looking at their phone. They're doing this. Instead of focusing on one task and completing it 100%, they're multitasking. All of a sudden, about 10 years ago or so, somewhere in that range, I don't know the history time frame of it, but somewhere in that range, all of a sudden we became multitaskers. And it became cool to be a multitasker. You wanted to, you had to be a multitasker. So if you wanted that job, if you're going for a job interview, they all were asking you questions. How can you accomplish so many things in a day? How do you do that? Or how can you do that? Can you do this and that at the same time? Well, it doesn't work. Prior to that, the whole aspect was they wanted to know if you could do one thing and do it really well, right? We all want to do one thing and do it really well. So then, now we're getting to the point that you fast forward, into today's generation, we're multitasking all over the place. We're feeling important, but we're accomplishing nothing. And what millionaires do, what their mindset is we're going to do one thing, we're going to do it really, really well, and I'm going to complete that task to 100%. Now, whether they delegate that out, whether they're asking for, different information, whatever it is, that's what you have to do. But if you take your rule of 5, you do 5, you make your list of 5 things you need to accomplish that day. And if you run through all 5 right away, well, then you make another 5, or you add on 3, or whatever you can do to complete that day. But you're going to go one by one, and you're going to accomplish each one 100%. And you will find when you do that, that you all of a sudden jump from this level to this level. You can't even see that here. This level to this level. Too many graphics. But I still love that cartoon. So you change that habit. That's going to be one of the hardest habits you probably can do in today's age. I really pity the younger generation coming up, because it's I was a television generation, so we had a shorter span of attention. All of a sudden, squirrel, right? That all happens. Now, then we got into YouTube, and so all of a sudden you go on YouTube looking up to how to. Last night, here's a good example. I started putting together our new kitchen cabinets, and I go on YouTube to double check how I'm doing that. And all of a sudden, another video comes out, or it shows a selection down there, and you're like, oh, wait a second, I'll watch this video, and then pretty soon I'm like, I just burned through 15 minutes of time. Not a good thing. So a brief recap. Hi, June. Brief recap. Start out your day. Here's the 3 success habits that millionaires do to start out their day. The first one, and you break it down to 20 minutes each. So 20, 20, 20. So 1 hour. If you start out the first hour of your day, if you get up and if you can't do it, there's kids involved. Some people are going to have children at home. All of a sudden, they get up at 6 o'clock. Well, if they get up at 6 o'clock, get up at 5. Get up at 5 and go from 5 till 6. All of a sudden, they get up and they do this. If they get up at 5 o'clock, get up at 4. You're going like, oh my gosh, that's the middle of the night. I'll tell you, once you get into the habit of doing it, it gets easier and easier. And then eventually the kids are going to be out of the house, and you're going to be able to get up at 8 o'clock and do this before you have to go to work or begin your retirement day or whatever it is. So to recap, the first 20 minutes are going to be appreciating what you have, what you've accomplished, because we don't do that enough. We don't appreciate what we've accomplished. We've done a lot, and we don't appreciate it. So the first 20 minutes, appreciate what you've done, what you have accomplished, and then meditate. Okay? Take a brief moment to appreciate, and then spend 20 minutes of meditation, okay? Meditation, next 20 minutes is going to be workout. Do a 20-minute workout. And then the next 20 minutes, list, plan, and then figure out how you're going to complete those tasks. So you make your list of 5, and then you plan how you're going to attempt that and how you're going to accomplish it, okay? How you're going to complete that. So, and then do one by one by one. So first thing, you do number 1. Now, if life gets in the way and all of a sudden you have to go to 3, you're going to come back to 1, but that's really not the best habit to get into. The best habit, the millionaire mindset habit, is going to be complete that task to 100%, then move on. Okay? So try it. Try it for a week. Do a 20-20-20 if this is your first thing. Now, all of a sudden 20-20-20 becomes, now you embrace, say you're new at working out, or you're trying a different workout. All of a sudden 20 minutes isn't enough for you. Now you're going to have to expand it, and you probably can. You're going to embrace it. Meditation. You may go, 20 minutes. Wow, I got so much out of my 20 minutes. Now I want to do it for a half hour. That could be the thing. All of a sudden because your body's going to crave all of that, because you're going to see, all of a sudden that acknowledgement and that appreciation in the beginning is going to become more and more and more, because you're going to see more things unveil themselves to you. And it's just incredible how you start your day that way. If you get into that habit, you will just appreciate more things, and you'll see that things will happen so quickly and so just awesome. I don't know. How else do you express it? You will find that your life will change, and even better, because some of us have great lives already, and it's a journey. So you're going to keep taking one level up, higher and higher in that as you go. So that's really the 3 aspects to the day And I love this one too. Successful people are simply those with successful habits. Brian Tracy. And I just saw an interview on YouTube. Google Brian Tracy, author or something. There was just a quick, I think it was Inspired Nation, did an interview. That the gentleman that does Inspired Nation book interviews is one crazy guy, but yeah, it was pretty inspiring seeing him. He is up in age. He's in his 80s, somewhere in there, and still going strong and still looking pretty good, and still getting along pretty darn well for being in the 80s. Excuse me, had to take a little sip of water there. But yeah, so check that out, Brian Tracy on there. I also put Stephen Covey's on there because there's more and more. There's tons of books out there, tons of things. Find the habits that work for you. Challenge yourself. Take these 3 and challenge them for 1 week. Just try waking up an hour earlier and running down through these. If it's a new year, if you want to take one habit, if doing 3 in an hour is too much, do 20 minutes of meditation or do a 20-minute workout. If you're like, this is my year, I need to get back in shape, do a 20-minute workout. 20 minutes all of a sudden will inspire you to do a half hour. And from a half hour, it may turn into an hour, or maybe it'll turn into an event where Joel will be running a marathon again, right? I'm sure you probably got a couple of them already logged in for this year that you're going to accomplish. And so set those goals out there. Planning your day, that's part of it. That's goal planning for your day. So you pick your 5 and then you put a time frame on it. I'm going to accomplish this one first, and that's going to be done by 10 o'clock. And then I'm going to hit the second one by noon, third one by 1:30, 2 o'clock, fourth one by 3, and then the pressure's on. I got to get my 5th one done. I can't leave work until I get it done. That might be not until 5. But you're going to get those accomplished. If all of a sudden things just flow, and they will, all of a sudden the goals that you made aren't large enough. They're not big enough. You're accomplishing them too easily. Challenge yourself. Go for something bigger. Even if it's like in the morning workout. All of a sudden, if you start working out and you haven't worked out for a while, all of a sudden you do it for a while and the weights aren't strong enough. It's not challenging enough. What used to make you, sweat tons is now like you just breeze through it. I remember, and I'll hit you with this one. I remember the first year that I started running after I had my heart surgery and my heart valve replaced. I tell this story many, many times, so I'm sorry if I'm boring you again with it. But the first time I went out running, I think I took off just running because I didn't read anything. I didn't do anything. And I was like, oh my gosh, that must have been a mile. And I think it was maybe 50 feet. and I was just like, oh, I got to walk for a while. Oh my gosh. So anybody that's done that without the education and that behind it and planning out how you're going to do it and things of that sort, it hits you first. But now I will go out and just do a 5-mile run, and it's like I have to do 5 miles. I don't feel anything physically until I hit at least 5 miles, and then I'm feeling like, oh, okay, now I'm starting to hit my stride in there. And so what used to be 50 feet is now 5 miles. So that happens, but it only happens with it becoming a habit and with practice and with consistency. When you're consistent, I always say consistent persistence. When you have consistent persistence, it's going to just become habit and it becomes natural. And then the next thing you know, it's just you have to do more. You have to set higher levels and higher goals to hit that level and make that feeling, get those endorphins pumping through your veins. So, I mean, that's the real aspect to it. So, but it starts It starts with just forming it as a habit. That's really it. You have to have a successful habit. So do 20-20-20. Break it down 20-20-20. Do 20 minutes of meditation. Appreciate what you accomplished and that, and then and what you have. Appreciate that, because then you'll get more of that. Meditate for 20 minutes. Then go work out for 20 minutes. And then list, plan, and complete that list and how you're going to accomplish those things in the next 20 minutes. So that's only 1 hour. But if you set that up, and if you want to talk about list planning, we'll go into a whole thing about list planning, because when do you make your list? You make your list the night before, right? And then you dream about it. It works. I'm going to tell you, scientific. If you make your list the night before and you focus on, you just read that list and you go to sleep, you're not going to wake up going, oh my gosh, I got to, that list is bugging me. I can't sleep. You're going to sleep. But when you wake up in the morning, you're going to have a list subconsciously already made of how you're going to accomplish those tasks. But if you don't make a list, then it's just the day's going to make its list for you. You're going to, if you don't have a time set of when you have to be to work, even if you work for yourselves, now you have to get up in the morning and you have to make that, you have to be in your home office. You have to be wherever it is. And so you have to make that list in the night before, and then you're going to get those things accomplished. And then you get those habits that are going. Just think of it, when you work for someone else, they say you have to be here at, let's say, 9 o'clock. You have to be here at 9 o'clock. You leave at 5 o'clock. You get 1 hour from noon to 1 for lunch. Whatever. They designate how your day is. They give you that regimen of time. So you have to do that for yourself when you're in business for yourself. What am I going to accomplish? Now you have the ability to control your day. That's what that list, that's what the planning of that list of accomplishments, accomplishing your list does. And that's the last 20 minutes. So meditate, work out, and then list and plan your day. That's the 3 success habits of millionaires of their morning routine. That's what it is. That's what they do. If you accomplish this, you will have that and more. And yeah, I'm going to get some, every time I do any of these talks or anything about this, everybody's going to be like, I don't want to be the money just corrupts you, blah, blah, blah. Stop it. Stop it. You're making up excuses, and I don't want to hear it. Even though I'm going to get some emails that tell me all about it. All right, we're at the top of the hour. We're there. You got to listen to me for about a half hour ramble on, right? Hopefully you got something out of this. Do a 20-20-20, okay? And then tell me how it works out. Shoot me an email throughout the week. Shoot me at support@davestelma.com, or you can still give me a Dave at runtoretirement.com. That's retirement.com. Still get it through that email address. Otherwise, we'll see you next Tuesday, 6:30. davestelma.com. Come and visit me there. Shoot me an email. Tell me how your week went. Tell me how the 2020 worked out. Tell me if you did well or you didn't do well. Tell me anything about it. But I'm Dave Stelma. We'll see you next week. davestelma.com, or on Facebook Live. And hopefully next week, Periscope. I'll have her up and running then. So we'll do a simulcast with Periscope. See you next week. Have a great week. Bye-bye.